Hey guys, what's up? Vero here, bringing you another guide video to the new LFR. Well, I guess technically not new, but the next section in Throne of Thunder. The next one that you're going to be going into is the Forgotten Depths. Again, this requires an eye level of 480, and the second boss that you will encounter is Megaera, I guess is how you pronounce it. It's a three-headed snake. It has three heads, or I guess dragon, snake, whatever you want to call it. It's not very pretty, let's go with that. There's a frozen head, a venom head, and then a flaming head. The way that we handled this boss is we had one tank on the green head and one tank on the blue head. We had all our DPS focusing down the green head and brought it down as good as possible, basically. I'm just going to keep referring to the boss as Mega, but when one of Mega's heads is cut off, it rampages for 20 seconds, inflicting 29,000 elemental damage to all players every second. The damage dealt by a particular element is increased by 15% for each additional head of that element that is present. So during this phase of Rampage, I definitely recommend healers popping a couple healing cooldowns. I usually used my healing mushrooms and tranquility. I did this boss on my druid during this part. And then each head also has its own little ability that it can do. For instance, the flaming head drops cinders. This only seemed to be the biggest issue for the group that I was in, but basically it ignites a random player, inflicting 57,000 fire damage and an additional 41,000 fire damage every 1 second for 30 seconds. In addition, players afflicted with cinders will cause icy ground to melt when they come into contact with it. When cinders is removed, a pool of flames is created at the target's locations. So if you get cinder on you, try and get out of the group, so when it's removed, it's not planted in the group. That happened several times in ours, and you actually notice in the video I kind of planted into the group because I didn't know what to do as soon as I got it. So usually, you know, if something gets on you, your general instinct is to run out of the group, and in this case, that's a really good instinct to go with, so go with that. But basically what we kept doing during this entire fight is we would fight the green and the blue, although technically we were just fighting the green. Then we would swap over to red during Rampage, DPS that one down, Rampage would start again when that head was dead, go back to green and blue, and it seemed like the entire time our DPS was just focusing on green and taking that one down as quickly as possible. There's a lot of swapping back and forth, so tanks, be wary of that. And really just watch out for anything on the ground. There's acid rain, which can hurt you. Basically in this fight, just kind of watch around for anything else. Healers, you know, pop any of your AoE healing cooldowns during that time. DPS, feel free to use any of your reduction cooldowns during the rampage. We had, I think, like 4 or 5 rampages until the boss was finally done. And another warning in this part of Throne of Thunder, there's a lot of trash. It's a lot of very angry snails and spiders, and you're going to be there you're probably going to spend more time in the raid doing trash than you will on the bosses, so that's just a little heads up. So thank you for watching this guide. It's pretty quick and dirty, just swapping back between the heads, DPSing them down, and then swapping back again, AoE healing when necessary during Rampage. Don't standard crap. If you have cinders on you, try and get away from the group so that you can drop it somewhere where people won't derp and stand in it, because you know someone's going to stand in it and not move out of it. So thanks for watching, and may the loot be ever in your favor. You guys have a good day. Bye.
Beware. Beware.